Greeting dear student, welcome to the class. Today we'll be doing the calculation of deceased partner's share of profit. In the previous lecture, we have seen how deceased partner's share of profit is to be treated if there is a loss or if there is a profit, and if existing partner changes their ratio, existing or you can say continuing partner changes their mutual ratio, then how deceased partner share is to be given, what are the various journal entries. So in this lecture we'll be learning how to calculate deceased partners share of profit. You know that there is no certainty relating to the death can occur any time. So if suppose in year between, if death occurs, in that case you need to calculate estimated profit. For example, suppose there are three partners P, Q, R, and if suppose Q died on let us say 30th October 2019, and their financial year is 1st April 2019 till 31st March 2020. So if suppose we need to give profit to Q, in that case you won't be able to give profit to Q, because you know that profits are calculated at the end of accounting year, but this is in between the accounting year. So what will happen if this is in between accounting year? You have to calculate the profit from the starting of accounting year till the date of death. So this is also known as alive period, because this deceased partner has worked for this much period, so it is justifiable. We have to give the profit for this alive period, and deceased, we don't have to give the profit for this period, non-alive period. So this alive period's profit has to be estimated, because we won't be able to calculate exact amount of profit till this particular point of time. So there are some bases on which we estimate our profit. So those bases are, first basis time basis, and the second base is sales basis. So these are the two bases through which we'll be estimating the profit of deceased partner. So in today's lecture we'll be doing this time basis of calculating deceased partner's share. So how to calculate deceased partner share through time basis? Again, there can be different situations depending upon what their partnership deed states. It can be based on last year's profit. So you can take last year profit as the base, and we assume that current year also the profit accrues on the same basis, so we can take last year's profit. Or if last year's profit doesn't seems to be suitable to the partners, they can take the average profit of 3 years or 4 years depending upon the partnership deed. So whether they are taking last year's profit as the base or they are taking average profit of 3 or 4 years, the formula will remain the same. So let us see how to calculate deceased partner's share of profit. Deceased partner's share of profit will be equal to last year's profit multiplied by his alive period. Alive period in months. So multiplied by his alive period in months divided by 12. Again, this is to be multiplied by deceased partner's share. So like for example, here alive period will be how many months? So you will count the period from 1st April till 30th October. So how many months from 1st April? April, May, June, July, April, May, June, July, August, September and October. So it will be 7 months. LI period will be 7 months. And if a partner died on, let us say 15th June, then the LI period will be from 1st April till 15th June. It will be 2.5 months. So this way we will be able to calculate the LI period. LI period means beginning of accounting year till the date of death. So this is the formula, and normally student used to forget to multiply this by deceased partner share. So it has to be calculated in 2 stages. First of all, you have to calculate this much. If you observe, this is the profit of the firm till the date of death. So it has to be multiplied by deceased partner's share of profit. Now today we'll be doing question number 9 of T.S. Greva's book. Related to, and I am writing the page number also, page number 7.29. So let us see. I hope you will be able to see this question number 9 on your screens. A, B, C are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. B died on 30th June 2020. For the year ended 31st March 2021. Proportionate profit of 2020 is to be taken into account. It means we are taking last year's profit as the base profit. And during the year ended 31st March 2021, bad debts of 2000 had to be adjusted. So it is stated that you need to adjust the bad debts also of rupees 2000, and last year's profit is given to us. Profit for the year ended 31st March 2020 was 14,000 before the adjustment of bad debts, and you are required to calculate B's share of profit till the date of death. So in this particular case there are 3 partners, A, B and C. They are sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. I told you whenever it's a case of death, admission or retirement, always encircle the concerned partner. Here B died, so we need to encircle partner B. And what is more important in this particular case, we are taking last year's profit as the base, but if suppose from last year's profit some regular or recurring expense has not been deducted, so that has to be deducted. So here last year's profit which is given to us is rupees 14,000, and we need to adjust this. So we are writing adjusted last year's profit. So it has to be adjusted with rupees 2,000 as bad debts, because bad debts is a regular business expense. It has to be deducted from the profit. So finally your profit is 12,000. Now we can apply the formula. Last year's profit is 12,000 multiplied by LI period, and B died on which date? B died on 30th June. So let us count the months from 1st April till 30th June. So this period is 3 months. 3/12. Now there a question can come into your mind. If it is in days, if alive days are given to you, in that case you will multiply this by alive days divided by 365. So here you can change it according to the information given in the numerical. So now next is 3/12. Again it is to be multiplied by deceased partner's share of profit. So deceased partner share of profit here is how much? It is B, so it is 2/6. So if you calculate, it will be 1000. It will be 1000. So B's share of profit is rupees 1000. Because in this question they have not asked the journal entry, but otherwise you can easily make the journal entry. What will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be profit and loss suspense account, debit with rupees 1000 to B's capital account 1000. So this is how it is to be done. First of all, we have seen that if there is regular expense, it is not deducted from the profit, last year's profit, and it has to be deducted because we assume that current year's profit means the year in which death occurred is accruing on the similar basis as last year. So we'll applying the formula 12,000 multiplied by 3 months profit. Why 3 months profit? Because we have to calculate the profit for a live period. Now this is only firm's profit, so it has to be multiplied by deceased partner's share. So I hope this calculation is clear to you, and you can make the modification in the formula if days are given to you. So if days are given, what will be the formula? Last year's profit multiplied by alive days divided by 365, and rest of the information will remain same. So let us do one more question with different information. So this is question number 14 of T.S. Grewal's book. And page number 7.30 page. So let us start the numerical. But before that, let us read it. Question number 14. I hope you will be able to see this numerical on your screens. So X, Y, Z are partners in a firm. Z died on 31st May. So what will be the alive period? 31st May means you will count from 1st April, full May. So 2 months is the alive period. His share of profit from the closure of last year according to last accounting year till the date of death was to be calculated on the basis of average of 3 completed years of profit before death. So his share of profit is based on the average of last 3 years. Profit for the 3 years is given to you as 2018, 19, 20. It is 18,000, 19,000 and 17,000 respectively. Now you are required to calculate Z share of profit till the date of death, and you are also required to pass the journal entry for the same. In the following cases, first case, when profit sharing ratio of remaining partners does not change, and when the profit sharing ratio of remaining partner changes. So this is based on our last lecture when we did 2 cases when profit sharing ratio changes and profit sharing ratio does not change. So let us start with A part first. So 3 partners X, Y and Z are there. Let me write the briefing. X, Y, Z are 3 partners with the profit sharing ratio. Profit sharing ratio is not given to you. If it is not given, it is equal. And what else is given to us? 3 years profits are given to us, average profit. So let us calculate average profit first. Average profit will be equal to profit of 2018. 2018 profit is 18,000. Profit of 2019 is 19,000. And profit of 2020 is 17,000. So if you calculate average of this, it will be clearly visible, 18,000. So 18,000 is your average profit. So we'll apply the formula and let us encircle the partner who died. So Z. So it is written that Z died on 31st May. Z died on 31st May 2020. So here the period will be period from the starting of accounting year till the date of death will be 2 months. A life period you can mention is 2 months. Now you can easily apply the formula of calculating Z's share of profit will be equal to average profit multiplied by a life period divided by 12 multiplied by Z's share. Z share is 1 upon 3. So average profit is 18,000 multiplied by 2 upon 12 and then multiplied by 1 upon 3. So if you solve this, this will be upon 6 and 18. So this will be 1000 because 6 3s are 18. So it will go by this 1000. So 1000 is Z's share of profit. Now you need to pass the journal entry in the first case. What is happening in the first case? Let us read it again. Profit sharing ratio of remaining partners does not change. So if profit sharing ratio of remaining partner does not change, let me show you the treatment. When it does not change, you need to pass this entry, profit and loss suspense account debit to deceased partner's capital account. So in this case, we'll be passing this entry, profit and loss. This is journal entry for case A because this amount will remain same whether it's case A or case B. Profit and loss suspense account debit to Z's capital account. Nothing is mentioned, so we assume that they are maintaining fluctuating capital account. And you can write the narration being Z's share of profit is calculated on the basis of average profit is given to Z. Now let us see B case. Now what is there in case B? In case B, it is mentioned that the profit sharing ratio of remaining partner changes and a new ratio being 3:2. So their profit mutual ratio is changing, remaining partners 3:2. So first of all, let us calculate, let me write old ratio. So your old ratio is old ratio of X, Y, Z is 1:1:1 and new ratio is new ratio of X and Y only. It is 3:2. So first of all, let us calculate gaining ratio. So what will be the gaining ratio? The formula for gaining ratio is new minus old. So let us calculate individually for X. X old ratio, new ratio is 3/5 minus old is 1/3. So if you solve it, LCM 15, 9 minus 5, it will be 4/15. So like similarly, you will calculate for Y also. Y is old ratio, new ratio is 2/5 minus old is 1/3. LCM 15. So 6 minus 5, it is 1/15. So the ratio you can, I told you that you can combine gaining ratio if denominators are same. So here in B case, this is question number 14 continued, B part. So the gaining ratio is 4:1. So when gaining ratio is there, so first of all we'll provide the profit. So the first journal entry will remain same, profit and loss, suspense account debit, to Z's capital account. So Z's capital account will be credited with 1000. This is the first entry, and the second entry will be, you will transfer this profit and loss suspense account to gaining partners capital account in the gaining ratio. So the entry will be X capital debit, and whenever you are required to pass journal entry, always make the format. I have not made the format, but you are required to make the format. To profit and loss suspense account, and it will be 1000, and divide this 1000 in the ratio of 4:1. So if you divide 1000 in this ratio, it will be 4/5. So 800 and 200. X will contribute 800 and Y will contribute 200. Or instead of these two, there is an alternate entry also, and that alternative entry will be you can directly pass it through partners capital. So this will get cancelled with this. Profit and loss suspense account will cancel with this profit and loss suspense. So your net entry will be X capital account debit, Y's capital account debit, to Z's capital account. So indirectly it is to be given by the continuing and gaining partner. So instead of passing these two, you can pass this single entry also. So I hope the calculation of deceased partner share of profit with the help of time basis is clear to you, and you can write down the formula in case of days. If days are given to you, in case of days, the formula for deceased partner share of profit will be last year's profit multiplied by days alive divided by 365 into deceased partner's share. So I hope today's lecture you have learned this time basis. So all the concepts are clear to you. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.